Hey, this is just Ben on the front end, here to tell you to give the podcast a rating if you don't mind, and follow it or subscribe to it on whatever you're listening to this on. If you want to send us an email, we'll read it and maybe talk about it on the show. It's deadensigns@gmail.com, and we got a Twitter. Anyway, if you could do all that, please. That'd be really nice. Bye, enjoy the show.
Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh boy, was that a wicked, see, the thing is, I went into the bathroom feigning that I had to take a piss, but in reality I farted because I don't like the idea of people being around me when I fart. It makes me self-conscious. But now I'm back, Max. Hello. What was it you wanted to show me?
Oh, yeah, surprise. As
wow.
As you know, I am...
oh my god, something hidden under a sheet. It's what I've always wanted.
Yeah, I know
Thank you.
how you always talk about how we should get a third, for our show, and like.
And I've always wanted it to be a ghost.
Yeah,
correct.
and how and I kind of get self-conscious about how like I can't give you that third, I can't provide for you that third. So I followed one of our friends around, when he was drinking a cup of Coca-Cola or something, and
Coca-Cola, no less.
I snatched that cup out of the bin that he threw it in.
That's crazy. What friend could it have been?
And voila, I got DNA of Stu right here. You always say how funny Stu is.
We do always say that Stu is the funniest one.
Yeah, a friend of the show. He
has all those great jokes. Like Well, what kind of things does he do?
So it's a bit of a problem with this, Like he has the memories of, up to the point.
He's not like activated right now, right? Because it would be really awkward if he was sitting here like listening to us.
No, he's not. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Maybe he's probably in some like hell dimension, like that sort of thing where you get
some kind of
like he's in like
sleep.
Yeah, he's like in between life and death, because he's soulless. This clone is soulless, as you could probably imagine, as it is a creation, my creation, And I don't see myself as a god. I can't provide him with a soul, And
Okay.
I'm different like that as a mad scientist. Is that I don't see myself as a god,
That's very humble of you.
Yeah, so I was able to extract all the memories from where he took that last sip of the Coke, when he...
So what you're saying is when he wakes up, he's gonna have Coke on his mind. He's maybe gonna be the very first line he might say is, "Man, what a good can of Coke."
Yeah, maybe.
And then perhaps, where am I?
This is the first time I'm trying this, so we'll see how this goes.
Have you thought about the fact that the next hour would logically be us trying to explain to him the situation that he's in? Because I feel like it's going to be awkward if he comes out of this and he's immediately going into riffing.
Well, well, I don't know. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, live a little,
Yeah, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see.
Right, let's hope that he definitely just comes out the gate riffing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
So let me just adjust this, and I'm gonna have to undo this tap, let all the liquid out, and let's move him into our recording studio.
Stu?
Yeah?
Can I ask you something? If I were to say to you something along the lines of like, "Oh, hey, are you gonna be around at this time to do this thing?" Okay.
Yeah.
But let me flip it. Okay, you're talking to me. You want to do something like hang out. You're like, "Hey, are you free at this time?" So we can do a thing. And I just respond crazy. How would you read that? How would you read that response?
That's a real tough one there. I would feel like you would transition into someone else I know for a moment called Gabs.
Okay. Interesting.
I think I'd probably just stop. I just wouldn't reply.
No, not at all.
No, what's the point?
Well, because see, yesterday I had said to Max, like, oh, hey, Stu's gonna be free at this time for us to record this week. And he just said And I was like, well...
Why?
And then I said, by the way, I said, Stu said he'll be around for tomorrow. He said, crazy. I said, I told him we'll record at about 6:15. He said, that's crazy. And that's all I got.
What the hell is wrong with you, Max?
Today, I said, I'm not going to play Alan Wake 2 today, but tomorrow if you're around, I'll finish it. And he responded with, crazy.
What? Is this like some, like new, like, generation thing?
Yeah.
Would you like to explain to Stu how you explained it to me? Because I didn't understand it either.
I don't know. I said it as if I thought it was just a pretty funny way to respond, because it's like affirmation, positive or negative.
It's
like,
literally
you don't know.
not an affirmation whatsoever. It's literally not even positive or negative as an affirmation. It's not an affirmation.
It's more of a remark.
In any way. It's like an adjective to describe what you just heard.
Yeah, because it's like, that's crazy, you know?
Like,
Nice,
that's
you
the
know?
thing. That's the thing. When you first said it in my response to, like, oh, Stu's ready to record tomorrow, it made sense to be like crazy, as in like, oh, that's crazy. Finally, we can get Stu on. But then it kept going, and I felt like I was having a stroke or something. Man. I was like, what the fuck is he?
I tend to have
He's
that
saying
feeling. I
crazy.
tend to induce that sort of behavior or like brain aneurysm in people when I talk to them.
The worst part
So, you know.
is that I kind of got to the point where I was like, I decided ultimately to bring it up, but after I was thinking, like, I should bring this up on the podcast, I was thinking,
Mhm.
like, I bet that's what he wants.
Yeah, you needed to call me out. Is that
You're
what
creating,
saying?
like,
Yeah.
artificial bits here, Max?
I think he was trying to, like, trap me, you know? He put the bait out there so that I would bring it up here, and if we would have something to go off of, like, immediately.
Honestly,
I don't know what's real or what's fake anymore, is what I'm saying.
honestly,
Yeah.
Ben, that's crazy.
You're saying
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy?
pretty crazy,
Crazy.
honestly.
I mean, I
I'm
want to
afraid
try and
that
defend
is an
Max here for a
affirmation.
minute. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I feel like Max is the kind of guy where, in his mind, he's already affirmed, and then that's the
Yeah.
remark that he needs to get out, right?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
the yes, like the I understand is implicit.
yeah, exactly.
The thing he always says is sure.
You know, like,
whenever he
that's-
affirms something, he just says
He
sure.
do-
But that's the
That's
thing.
true.
It's like, have I ever said no to anything?
I mean, I can't remember. I haven't. I at the same time.
See,
At the same
See?
time, I
See?
can't really recall all of the things that you've said yes to. It's not really fair. I guess it's not very often that you say no.
Well,
That's
see.
true.
Well,
But then
pretty
that's
crazy of
just
me,
more to
isn't
my
it?
point. If you say sure, and then all of a sudden you're saying crazy,
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden I'm thinking, is that the fabled no?
I'm trying new things, okay? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, how can you judge me for that, for trying to, you know, do a little crazy, you know?
Uh-huh.
You know,
Uh-huh.
you know when you're in school and you get a test paper back, you know, with some comments on it, and the teacher says,
Sure.
"Apply
Yeah,
yourself."
yeah.
Max, I think you need to
Yeah.
apply yourself. Honestly,
Finally, somebody
You know,
says it.
you know when you have
Oh,
you
brother.
get you get the exam paper back and it just says crazy. on it.
Crazy. There's no grade. It just has crazy in a circle.
That's crazy.
You're like, what the fuck are we... There's just one section of your paper, 3-page exam paper. There's one like sentence underlined with a little arrow pointing to it that says "That's crazy."
It's like, is this a C? Is it a
Like,
pass?
We're looking at here. Did I pass?
Yeah,
Am I through?
it's open to interpretation, you know.
That's and then that's the trick, is you find out that that's the test just beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
This is that's it. It's finally begun.
Yeah.
How
And
will
you're-
you respond?
Yeah.
Because if you go up to the teacher and you're like, "What did I get?" You've failed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah,
it. You're done.
It's
already
like
fucked
you know,
up.
it tests your and like what is it called, like reading comprehension, you know. It just says
Crazy.
that's crazy, and you just gotta
That's
interpret it. You know, what did the author mean by it? You know.
It's a test of confidence. If you
Yeah.
walk out of there thinking this must be positive, I've done well, then you've succeeded.
Is it?
Yeah.
If you are apprehensive and you're like, did I fuck up? You've already failed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Goes
do you
to-
guys remember being in English class and you dissect a book? You'd be like, oh, the author meant this with
Yeah, man, they bring out the
metaphors,
books. You got to
analogies.
get out the scalpel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you dissect them. Maybe
it up.
maybe Max is going for like a kind of postmodern take on that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like here, the author
Postmodern
said
take on
that's
what?
crazy. Here, he
Yeah.
clearly meant, and then you just infer whatever you want, just like you did back in school.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
saying it's point evidence, and that's it.
I'm just when you think about it, I'm just like, the new Warhol, Andy Warhol, I'm just one word, crazy, and see how much discussion we got out of it. I am truly an artistic genius, when I think about it. I am.
Nah, you know what? I'll leave it.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna make. The Andy Warhol paintings where he's like got the can, but it's like different colors in the different the 4 different quadrants, and it's got like
Sure,
colors. But it
It's
just
called
says
pop art. It's
yeah,
called, like,
pop.
pop
Yeah,
art.
exactly. It jumped out of my brain immediately. But it's crazy, and it's just in different.
It says crazy
fonts
4
and
times in different fonts and colours.
Yeah, and colors.
I would
yeah.
absolutely love to have one of those like audio tours. When you go to a museum and it's just Max narrating all the different pieces.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just long silences.
This one was crazy.
That's crazy.
The way you've described it, Max, sounds more like the kind of stuff that would be on like the walls of a kitchen in like a white family's house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fridge magnet.
Just like four fonts burned into like a piece of wood. Each one's just saying
Yeah.
crazy, 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 crazy.
Yes.
I don't think that's Andy Warholish. I think
Oh.
that's John Lewis style.
Oh, just written into in the bathroom stall. Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's a graffiti.
Yeah. Call
graffito.
this number for some crazy.
That would be an interesting like guerrilla marketing campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
They gotta go well.
guerrilla marketing campaign.
Gorilla.
You're saying if you saw in a bathroom stall a little number that said "call here for some crazy," you wouldn't give it a dial?
I've just never heard of a guerrilla marketing campaign. Like I immediately thought of monkeys and realised I'm an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I've
Guerrilla
heard of
is in,
guerrilla
like
war. Like guerrilla fighting. But
It's
guerrilla...
that kind of thing where it's
Yeah.
like it's a marketing that doesn't
underhanded.
present itself as marketing.
Oh, like
yeah.
like a corporate meme,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well, that's sort of like astroturfing, but astroturfing is a bit of like
what?
a guerrilla marketing thing.
Astroturfing?
Astroturfing is when you like create your own buzz,
Mm-hmm.
Like
So do you remember when everybody was doing those like Fast and Furious memes of like editing Vin Diesel into stuff, say like into Marvel movies and shit, saying family, or it's about family and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Entirely made by as a marketing campaign.
Yeah.
okay.
Like they get the ball rolling by pumping a load of those out onto the internet on like Reddit and Facebook and stuff.
Why is it called astroturfing? Isn't that where you put down fake grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's exactly it. It's
It's
like
like-
putting down fake grass.
Yeah. It's like
Ha-
grassroots movements, Grassroots movements. It's like where it. It's just.
What?
I think that is so. A grassroots movement is like people organizing themselves together to create something. Astroturfing is like the business version of it, the fake business version of it.
Okay.
We just described a word with 4 different definitions for different words.
So grassroots into astroturfing into guerrilla marketing, right? And now we're back. So
now we're back.
as I say, would you dial a number that had a call for some crazy?
I feel like I'm melting. Anyone else feel
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that?
No,
No,
I'm
it's fine.
pretty good.
No, we're
I'm
fine.
Okay.
You get used
Yeah.
to it. Or maybe it's a side effect of something we're not going to talk about. But anyway, actually, while we at it, Welcome everybody to Dead Ensigns, a Star Trek themed general media podcast. There's 3 of us now, at least for now. Me, Max, one of the hosts, Ben, the second host, and we have our guest, Stu, friend of the show.
Hello.
We thought to invite him on. Why not? You know, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We literally are. If you
The thing is, Stu, something I always like about every now and then I'll do the intro and I'll be like, "Hello, welcome to Dead Ensigns." Whenever Max is doing it, I always feel like he's reading it off of like the world's slowest teleprompter. You know, it's like it's stuck on "Hello and welcome to Dead Ensigns" for like 5 seconds, and he's already read it after like 1, and he's like, "I gotta
catch up.
Gotta fill time until they go to the next line." I don't know what
honestly,
it is.
I'm baffled that that's the intro. Like, it's been like. It feels like it's been.
We riff for a bit.
I know.
Up, I
wasn't expecting it. It kind of just slapped me in the face there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's our show. It's like when you go on any podcasting app, most of them, I think, if you go to categories for podcasts and you go to the crazy category, that's where we are.
We're starting a new genre. Do I need to put crazy in the tags?
Oh, that's a good idea. If you type in "that's crazy," comes up.
It will be. Oh wait, that's the guerrilla marketing campaign QR code. That's crazy written above it. Post it around as stickers. Link to this episode. They listen to 3 minutes and they're like, "Oh, okay, I get it," and then they stop. And then they stop, but it inflates our numbers a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which is good,
you know,
because it's a little bit of an
I would definitely listen to a podcast if I found the link. Like scrolled them to a
bathroom.
If
you just found a random QR code on the street, you'd be like, "Yeah, I'll scan this. That's crazy. Sure, I'll put this on my phone."
I'll totally. Yeah, I'll just
definitely open up that suspicious link.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just why not? What you got to do is, no, this is the real guerrilla marketing, because you know how like every single restaurant since the pandemic does QR codes now.
Oh yeah,
you get them, print them out,
leave them in restaurants.
No, cover up their QR codes on their menus.
Yeah.
With ones that link to
like a sticker. So you just go and sit down in restaurants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would, dude, that would like be crazy. People would talk about that on the internet.
Yeah,
People would be like, "What the hell? A random podcast steals QR code."
And you guys would have plausible deniability, apart from talking about it now.
We didn't do it.
It's our fans. It's our fans doing it. That's what we say. Many of our fans.
They're kind of great. We joked about it, but then people actually did it. That's just how dedicated.
We condemn the actions of our fans who are giving us more revenue.
Yeah.
We don't condone it, but we're happy to profit off it.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Speaking of, what's my cut?
No, I mean, nothing.
Well,
bro, first we have to make a cut first.
Yeah, exactly. If you divide 0 by whatever, it's a 0, you know, still.
I thought if you divided 0 by something, something bad happens.
It bad happens.
Okay.
It's like
infinite.
We should definitely make a little
anything
it's
from
infinity. Yeah.
Learned anything from early 2010s memes. It's that a giant hole appears in the ground.
Yeah, you're right.
And somebody looks at it and says, "Looks like somebody divided by 0."
Rage comics, yeah, of course.
That kind of vibe.
You know, I always thought I was educated or intelligent and something a little bit. But I'm realizing that I'm realizing at the worst possible time that I don't think that's the case, because I'm just like, you divide 0 and something bad happens. It's such a...
That's just, look, well, the thing is, they can't teach you about it because then something bad would happen.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't teach you
knowledge, yeah.
You know, in those shitty Harry Potter books, how they're like, there's this one really evil spell we're not allowed to tell you about. It's like, why have the spell?
Why
did
anybody
make it? Yeah, why not just let it be forgotten?
Yeah. It's an oral tradition, you know, to pass it on.
True. Yeah, we got to tell you about it so you don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to. The thing is, if we start making like money from this, then we have to like tax it.
Yeah, and that's
and you hate nothing more than paying taxes.
Not that it's not that I hate paying taxes. It's that like I don't want to have to look at like payouts from podcast stuff, and like ads and stuff, and be like, okay, I guess I owe this much. Just sounds like such a hassle for what we do, which is like an hour a week. We come on here and we go like, don't go crazy. Why do you keep saying crazy? You know, that kind of thing.
Would you? Would there be tax if you make under a certain amount? Is it not like a regular job?
But unfortunately, we live in a world of infinite growth, Stu. So.
Oh yeah, the shareholders won't be happy about that.
Yeah, exactly. Once it snowballs, so once we earn even 1 penny, next week that doubles to 2 pennies. Week after that, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16 pennies. When does it stop?
So if I donate £1 to you on over PayPal for the show, I've just doomed your show.
It would be so funny if we like, hey, can you be a guest on our show? Also,
then I get my cut back.
Send us money.
I get 15% of that back.
Yeah, dude. It pays for itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's an investment.
And I have to send it as like a business, so that gets taxed as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's
you leave
fine,
a paper trail for us to, get fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know if changing the subject slightly. I don't know if I told you that story of why I sent Matt. I sent him a $5 back in university for some pizza or something that we'd ordered, but I forgot to send it as friends and family. I accidentally sent it as a business. And he came into my room and he was like, "Why did I get taxed on the money you sent me?"
It was a business transaction.
It was a business transaction.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, sorry, man." It took him out of his cut.
Yeah, that's what that's what happens when you're a middleman. You gotta take those into account.
Yeah.
You know,
PayPal made their money then.
Does remind me of that one time. The thing is, I get it now.
Oh God!
And I did get it at the time, but it was one time, Max, when we were playing D&D in like college, and we take a break. We go and get some pizza. I'm I kind of feel like getting a pizza. Stu is like, oh, I don't want a pizza. I don't really feel like I could eat a pizza right now.
Yeah.
But on Domino's, they got a deal. 1 pizza, get an extra one for £1.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, do you want to get that deal? And he's like, yeah, okay then, sure. Pizza turns up. I'm like, okay, I'll send you £1.
All right.
And Stu's very pissed off.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna get a pizza if it weren't for me, but the way in my mind, genuinely, I thought, well, I only have to pay Stu £1.
It sounds like he's joking, but he was so committed to this at the time.
I was in my brain. I was thinking like, well, that's why we got the deal, right? Was because we got pizza. One of them only cost £1, and I got the one that was only £1.
Nice.
So
yeah.
I'll send you £1, and I get it now, and it's one of those things where I look back and I think, I don't know how I thought that. I don't know how I genuinely was. Like,
I remember it was a whole thing because we were sat there. We didn't even get back to D&D because all of us were trying to explain how that is stupid.
I just like it didn't. I genuinely can't recall how I got to that place. I don't know.
We thought you were joking at first, but like, haha, and then you were so serious about it. We were like, yeah, and I think you did actually PayPal me £1 or something. Like, I don't know if you did that and then changed it later, but
I would definitely sent you the actual amount.
You did,
After a moment, I realized I was having a stroke or something. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't get it.
Greed. That's what it was.
It was greed. It was pure.
Blinded by greed. Yeah.
I didn't want to pay more for a Domino's pizza.
No, who does?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it was actually the other way around. I think Stu wanted the pizza. I was kind of like, I don't really feel like a pizza. And then he was like, there's this deal where you can get an extra one for £1. I was like, okay, in that case, I'll get it. So in my mind, it was, well, Stu wanted a pizza for full price. I'm profiting off of the deal because I only want a pizza for £1.
I don't think I wanted the pizza for full price. I think I wanted...
No, you didn't. But that was the thing. In my mind, I was thinking, well, Stu wanted a pizza anyway and was going to pay full price for one either way. So, ergo, I should get the one that only cost £1. And it should only cost... I'm talking myself back into it. I feel like maybe I should...
No. Shut it down.
I feel like literally like I should build a time machine and go back in time and like shoot you guys or something before so this wouldn't happen,
It's going to tear our friendship apart.
Not a bad idea.
Again.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, yeah. But you know, it does feel like a sort of event that triggers something larger later on.
Well, I feel like they don't
the world,
do that.
You know?
I feel like they don't do that deal anymore.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
Caused problems.
Too dangerous.
They had court cases where there was like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I got the one that was a pound.
Yeah, Judge Judy, like they're like,
Yeah.
fuck again.
It's like how they have to put cheapest item free when you get like a buy one get one free thing, because otherwise people will be coming up being like, well, I want the more expensive one for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that one for free. I don't want the other one for
So
free.
you gotta put that asterisk there, and then you can do anything you want.
Yeah, legally you're covered. You can do whatever the hell you
good.
want. You're fine.
Yeah, that's
fine.
crazy. And then an asterisk next to it.
What is the asterisk? Sorry.
No, we can do whatever we want.
It needs to be like
Do you ever
microscopic.
find like some packaging or something where there's an asterisk on the front for something? It says like, oh, like gluten free or something with an asterisk. And then you look everywhere on the box and there's no like asterisk anywhere.
I've had
to
that a few
explain.
times. Just
I get so pissed off, man. I fucking like look around the whole box like, what is the... Is it not gluten free?
Yeah,
is
it's
it like
hidden.
99% gluten free?
It's an interesting point. There's a couple of things in the store where like it is vegan or it is gluten free, but that's not. It's
Right.
not advertised like that. Like you have the gluten free section where they'll plaster that on the box, right? Like they'll tell you. But there's certain things where they don't want to put it on there, but it just is. But because the demographic of that product doesn't want it to be vegan, even if it is. They don't put it on the box. Like not
They
invisible.
look at it and they're like, hey, wait a minute. Well, I don't want the vegan free version. I want the version that has animal cruelty in it.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no, I'm not kidding you. Like I was shopping for a
It's just...
I was shopping for some friends who were gluten free or vegan or whatever, and I'm trying to find stuff, you know, to cook, and I'm like, oh wait, that's vegan? Why isn't that visible on the box? Wouldn't that be a selling point? But some people, it's not.
people don't want to be a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true,
Because
true.
You want the cruelty makes it better.
You
You
need
know.
the cruelty. The cruelty is what gives it
Gives it its flavour.
power, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
adrenochrome. You know, we could put
It is kind of
adrenochrome in
the
the title in the title again.
Yes. Yes, we worked it in.
Yeah, by the way, Stu, the bit is that the most viewed video that we had on YouTube had adrenochrome in the title, and
People were just searching adrenochrome.
Like, were they searching
finding-
adrenochrome conspiracy theories, or more
Yes.
they wanted to
something
find?
something like that.
Okay.
something related to adrenochrome, and our video popped up probably next to like babies getting killed.
Yeah.
Like,
QAnon explanation videos.
Yeah.
Is that,
I get those nowadays. I'll get like a video that, and I see in the recommended is like a video with like 2 views. And I'm like, really, YouTube? You think I'm gonna like this? I
Yeah.
don't think you have the data to know whether
Trust
anybody
it.
would like this.
Trust it.
Yeah.
You do have to kind of trust. I have clicked on some music every now and then that has like 3 views, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a go. And I listen to it. I'm like, it's, you know what? Yeah, well, it's fine. It'll leave.
It's
And leave.
listenable.
It's like
Yeah.
digital busking. It's like, I didn't necessarily want to hear this, but I'll sit here for like a second and listen to you play accordion, sure.
But is it just digital busking in the sense that YouTube is promoting that to you? Like it's a middleman. Like you wouldn't have seen that unless YouTube had shown it to you.
I'm envisioning it in that I am walking the digital highways
Yeah.
and streets.
Okay.
Like Snow Crash, yes.
Like Snow Crash, I'm in the metaverse. I'm walking around, and there's a video automatically playing next to
Yeah.
me with like 2 views, and it's just a dude playing electric guitar or
Yeah.
playing like his dubstep, and I'm
Yeah.
listening to it. Like, I'm not gonna stick around, but you keep doing.
And the
you.
algorithm is choosing not to, you know, put down those anti-homeless measures. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, they actually want to promote it more because they want more views. You know, they want to trap you in the cycle of watching. You know, finding more homeless people on the street to watch.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Exactly.
you know, because they can show you Mr. Beast, but you know,
Well, they already know you're gonna be watching Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's like
So-
we don't need to show you Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast is
Yeah,
the show
I mean,
you're on
it's
the
Mr.
way
Beast.
to. It's the homeless people on the
Yeah,
way.
exactly. You're already walking to Mr. Beast. They're just trying to show you some shit on the side. Maybe you'll like this too.
You're stepping over the videos, the homeless videos.
They're
on
in
the
Out of the way,
street.
I gotta see Mr. Beast. He's built a 2-ton burger to feed 5 people.
I got to see family buy Family Guy clip compilation 4.
Yeah,
like multi-level marketing Family Guy.
Get out of my way, vlog of random woman.
yeah.
I'll watch it for 5 seconds just so that eventually I'll get to the algorithm recommending me Philip videos.
Mm-hmm.
Recommending me some internet historian. Am I right, guys?
Yeah,
Watching the H-Bomber guy video because now I know about YouTubers I didn't know about before.
You know about YouTuber drama. Have you watched it, Stu? Have you watched the 4-hour epic by H-Bomber guy?
I haven't seen it yet, but I generally am aware of what it entails.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, it's interesting watching videos like this because it's like I forget that YouTube is like its own ecosystem. I use YouTube to watch like 3 specific people every now and then and like to listen to music. And then I watch a video like this and it's like I feel like I've stumbled into like the middle of Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? There's talking trees now.
Yeah.
They're walking around
On YouTube?
What's Gimli doing?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know, there's talking trees on YouTube.
But yeah,
too.
it is weird to kind of I watch drama videos on my second monitor because I want something to just passively kind of. It's like kinetic sound videos for me, you know, but with people's livelihoods, I guess.
Yeah.
Fake livelihoods, because YouTubers aren't real people when you think about it.
Also, they're profiting off of the drama.
Exactly.
They all kind of feel like clones in a way, you know? Just, you know.
That's the vibe I was getting watching H-Bomber guy video. He's talking about this gay guy talking about gay Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where did this guy come from? What's his story, you know? Like, I don't mean, like, what's his story in terms of what was the fucking stupid bullshit video essays he's trying to sell me. I'm like, what lab did you come from?
They do feel like they're kind of, like, created in a way. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like an industry plant kind of thing, but it's
as if they got manufactured in some way, you know?
It's always weird because you see that front presented, right, on YouTube, and you kind of, like, you'll click on a video and you're like, oh wow, you have like 2 million subscribers. When did that happen? I've never heard of it.
Exactly, dude. That was when he was talking about this Illuminati lady, like just like reading like the repackaging like documentaries and shit.
Yeah, she was.
They're like a true crime adjacent video essay person. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this person's got to be like a low follower person.
No.
Like 2.5 million subscribers. Do you remember when it was like crazy to be a million subscribers on YouTube? Do you remember when it was like some of the biggest people you would follow were like 500,000 subscribers?
Yeah,
but now it's like it's impossible. It's crazy. It's hard to keep up.
It's interesting. It's like even covered in the video he talks about is that the idea of these people that they try different things. You know, they try different genres of videos
format
until they land on one
they get the money shot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's an interesting way of doing it. It's pretty crazy of them to do that.
You see a lot of channels like that where you'll have like one video that's like 5-10 million views, and then you look at the rest of the library and it's like 50k, 30k, 20k.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even things I used to watch. I stopped watching them because of the way they transformed into like whatever the YouTube analytics told them was working. Like when I was in college and stuff. And I used to watch like H3H3 videos. I was like, haha, funny guy, make funny like little weird edit reaction videos of like these weird little random videos he finds online. But then it all became about like the drama again. And I was like, I am inclined to pay attention to drama, especially back then. But even then, it's like you start to notice like the production line here, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I think there was a big shift around then as well. I think there was a big shift away from reaction videos because obviously there was the court case they had, which was over like fair use and stuff. But I think even though they won, they still wanted to pivot away from that kind of format, and it just led them into
making a bad podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the real one where I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, I am 100% with you on that one.
See
Yeah,
you.
it's like the thing about it is that it's that you gotta calculate the ratio of effort to money that you make, sort of thing. And it's like, if like you're gonna make the same amount of money out of like a podcast episode that you sit down and you shit out an hour of like gargling, and then compare it to like a well-researched essay or something, video essay about something like a particular topic that you research, then it's easier, it's way easier. And that's how what that H-bomber video is about. It's about how they try to fake it, they try to fake that effort. They try to fake that that work,
Dude, that shit, I'm seeing it and I'm kind of like, fuck, this is inspiring. Not in that I'm like, ooh, I should steal people's stuff and pass it off as my own. But it's like, man, they get this big for nothing, for this kind of stuff. I look at this Illuminati person's YouTube account. I'm like, 2 million for this? Fuck, dude. It just goes to emphasize in my own mental that ultimately I'm too lazy to do this. I can't. I would just like. It's like I have this confidence in me that I'm like, I could beat this. I could get to this height if I put in the effort. But I really don't want to. I really can't be bothered to put in the effort for maybe getting there. Could you imagine thinking that though, and then you fail? It'd be so embarrassing.
Yeah, it would be so. By the way, Stu, before we got you out of the vat, we were talking about it. No, it doesn't. We were talking about how we want to start more drama. So this is gonna get cut. Me saying this, of course. And we're like starting drama,
What, that's another podcast or?
Yeah, no, just like in the world,
Oh,
like
okay,
because people seem to target, they target, they go after this guy or something like that. We're just gonna go like, let's call out everyone,
Yeah, we're gonna start shit talking random Balkan countries and just see which ones
fly back.
Yeah, which ones start like clapping back, who's got shooters? Who's got shooters? And more importantly, who's turning up for us in that fight?
Oh yeah, who's on our side?
Yeah, exactly. Who's turning up to defend us in that relationship?
Is the fact that end game? It's like our side is just us, and then the other side is like random Balkan dudes smoking cigarettes. It's Bulgaria.
The entirety of Bulgaria is against us.
Exactly. And that's our
target. That's the end game,
The end game. But
so if you have anything you want to say about a particular Balkan country, feel free to, floor's open.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to just throw it in there.
The Balkans.
The Balkans.
It sounded like a Seinfeld, like a Seinfeld bit.
The Balkans. So I remember that as a Seinfeld.
Balkans.
Remember that Seinfeld episode, The Balkans.
Yeah. Was that an episode?
No, it's just it has the same because every Seinfeld episode is the X.
Yeah.
Don't they have something like a mind meld or something? Or
yeah, exactly. And it comes back around.
Yeah.
Every episode has to come back around a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't even us that did the reference too.
No,
that's
perfect.
Can we do the intro again?
Dude, that's destiny.
You gotta remind people what show they're watching.
Just in case they forgot.
They forgot.
I feel like people often do,
just a slightly interesting point I've been thinking about going back to talk about YouTube drama, because everyone loves listening to this.
Yeah.
Is you get these kind of, I don't know, YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever the current social media kind of platform is, and you have a very curated look into some of these people's lives, the way they put themselves forward and present themselves. And I was watching a video about, like, I think it was some TikTok star who I've never heard of, but then again I don't use TikTok, so
I love this the last 10-15 minutes of like latter end millennial complaining about like how the internet used to be, even though we're like 2 years out of how it used to be.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm not saying if it's bad.
I'm kidding. Well, who's this person?
I don't know who they are, but the video was like, it was some body cam footage of them, committing a crime and being arrested by the police, for like almost, for like, I think they rammed someone off the road and threatened them with a gun.
Hell yeah.
And then ran away from the police, or called the police to say the other people were in the wrong. That was But it was interesting seeing like what struck me was interesting was that you see these people's lives from a place that you never usually see them, because everything they put out and you would see about them is so curated, because that's just part of it, right? If you're on social media or TikTok or YouTube, what you put out there is always going to be so manufactured in a way. But seeing like that real side of them is so interesting.
Well, it's like I don't know if you've been watching The Curse, it's a good show.
No, I haven't seen it.
But there was a recent episode where Emma Stone's character and Nathan Fielder's character are just like hanging out, and they do this fun thing, and she's like, "Oh, this is what we should be putting on social media."
Yeah.
And then the next like 7 minutes of the show is them
insane.
awkwardly like recreating it to put on Instagram, and it's just like so hard to watch.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah.
Genuinely, I don't get. I've built up a thick shell to it, I think, in recent years, like the cringe aspect of shows like this. This one is getting me.
It's hitting hard.
Yeah.
Feeling like it's going a bit too heavy, dude. That bit, Max. The bit recently, they're trying to make like a reality show in this, right? About flipping houses. And they have a focus group look at the pilot, and they're talking about how like Nathan Fielder's character Asher, he's not funny. He keeps trying to be funny, but he's not very funny. He needs to be like funnier. He's not bringing anything to the show.
Yeah, he just stands there, kind of just.
Yeah.
Does
so
like
next
very
episode,
passive remarks, basically. While
his wife Emma Stone's character is suggesting like usually there's this corporate comedy like seminar thing you go like workshop that you can go to that teaches you a bit like how to just be like kind of affable in like a nice approachable way. They start this scene. They're going around the room, each person. The guy who's running this workshop is just like, first thing that comes to your head, just try and make everybody laugh, do a little action, say, don't say anything, just do a little action to make them laugh. They go around each person. There's like 10 or 11 people they do before they get to Nathan Fielder's character, and people are just doing like little things like pretending they're holding onto a rope and like pulling it down from somewhere, and they're getting like chuckles. And then it gets to Nathan Fielder's character, and he like, you can see him for like a minute or so beforehand just sitting there like really tense and like worried about it coming up to him, and he just like bursts out into this weird noise and face for like a second and a half, and nobody laughs afterwards. It's the worst thing I've seen on a TV show for years. Genuinely, one of the worst moments I've ever seen in a TV show for fucking years, bro.
Yeah, because it's like nightmarish too.
It's horrible. It's like it tells you everything you need to know in that moment, and it's so painful. Oh man, it's a good show though.
It's a great show, and that's a good point of just like, I feel like that's that sort of like the thing that Stu was talking about with like cancellation and stuff like that. Like I feel like it kind of comes to what people call canceling nowadays, is that like then what previously back in the day what people were able to do a lot more is control their image, because because we weren't as open to other other people recording us, and
people just generally weren't as online.
Yeah, exactly.
And the means of distributing it was much harder as well.
Yeah, they didn't have the means of doing it, basically. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, it's actually people kind of talk about the kind of like a community surveillance that happens, where people record other people on the street, and we can't control that as much as we could back in the day, basically. And yeah, exactly. With the example here with Stu is like back in the day, maybe they would have literally just got away with it, because there would be no body cam footage, and the guy would just pay off the cop or something. You know, he'd be smoking a cigarette, drinking whiskey, you know, and then he'd be like, "Fuck off," you know. I don't care.
Or you just go to prison and no one knows, you know, like.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it is interesting. You know, it's like how social media affects kind of the perception of people. You know, and we see more of people, we see less and more of people at the same time, you know. But
True.
You know, yeah, it's whatever. But we highly recommend The Curse, by the way, to anyone.
Good show.
Good show.
Is that the Nathan I'm thinking of?
Nathan Fielder from Nathan for
Yeah,
You.
yeah. I was like, that seems like a weird pairing because.
Well, it's his first role where he's like actually acting fully. It's just like a character in scripted content, you know?
Okay, I like that fella.
In like a scripted
I like
show.
Emma Stone. So.
It's a good show, man. You should check it out.
Oh,
It's like, I think there's 5 episodes now.
You have to subscribe to Paramount Plus, and as well as getting The Curse, you also get Star Trek and all the
Not
series.
all of it, though.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, you don't.
We
get
were
Journey
we were
Home.
trying to watch when we were at Max's, me and Gabs the other week, and we were just like, let's just watch this one. We wanted to watch Journey Home because it's funny. They go to the past to steal whales and bring them to the future,
in Star Trek,
so that the whales can talk to some aliens that came by.
Yeah,
So the actual plot: a big
plot.
spaceship turns up to Earth and starts blasting noise at Earth, and it's so disruptive that the world is basically breaking apart. And they realize, hey, wait a minute, they're communicating in sonar. They're trying to talk to whales, but all the whales died from over hunting and stuff.
Yeah,
So they have to go back in
whaling.
time to San Francisco, 1980, steal 2 whales, and then bring them into the future to talk to the aliens. Anyway, that's beside the point. We went on to Paramount Plus, and it's like, yeah, you can rent or buy them. And it's like, but Max is already paying for the damn subscription.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
it's a big thing now. If you pay for a subscription and you get a worse service than you did before.
It's bullshit.
Do you want to pay for
bro.
the service and watch ads and not get all the content, or do you want to pay even more?
Yeah, because it's a way to subdivide content, so you have to spend more altogether because you get all the. It's literally cable, the way cable used to work.
It's all
that
coming
way,
around.
You know?
It's all coming full circle.
Yeah, it's
all coming around.
And people being like,
And
"This
the more
sucks."
things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah, it's that's the cycle of innovation. Is all the innovative companies come in, they go like, we're disturbing the system. We're gonna make this new invention. Turns out it's fucking cable again. It's literally just cable.
Can't escape it.
People are getting very upset that they have to have 18 different streaming services subscriptions. So we're going to conglomerate them all together into one platform.
Yeah. And we're gonna send you a little box that you can put in your living room.
You connect to your
It's the
TV.
stream box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connected up by wires. It's crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But it's it's great. It's
Speaking of returning to the past,
yeah,
I realize that as I get older and older in life, it becomes more and more embarrassing that I'm not a Beatles person. You know?
How is that embarrassing? What?
What do you mean?
Well,
How is it
because-
embarrassing?
Because everybody apparently loves the Beatles, and I've maybe heard like 5 of their songs, but they're supposed to be like the most influential band ever.
Yeah, but they were influential at the time.
It's crazy because like people still love the Beatles, you know? It's still like super important. I don't listen to these guys. So I was like, this morning, as I do on a Monday morning when I'm probably at the at the lowest point I could possibly be, end of the weekend starting work, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into the Beatles. Every week I'm gonna try I'm gonna go through from start to finish,
Yeah.
you know? I'm gonna catch up on these Beatles guys.
Yeah, yeah.
I listened to this first one, Please Please Me,
Mhm.
today.
Yeah.
These
And what do you think of?
These dudes are some sick fucks, man.
Yeah.
They got an
You like
album
it?
called Please Please Me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They're
bro?
freaks.
In
Remember-
1963, they got a
Yeah.
song called "A Taste of Honey," and it's about eating a girl's pussy or something.
Don't you know?
That's
don't you know
crazy
that
back
they were
then.
like, don't you know, Gringo and they all were just sitting in a van masturbating together. And
That's
making
what it
these
seems
songs,
like.
you
It's
know?
crazy.
Fucking A Taste of Honey, I dream of your first kiss, and then I feel upon my lips again. What the fuck is with these guys?
I like the
Yours
idea
was the
of...
kiss that awoke my heart. Dude, and they're like possessive too.
They're gooners
you know?
before it was a common
Yeah,
thing.
they're
They
right?
were,
gooners,
dude, they were 100% gooning.
Instead
They
of a
got
goon
this song.
cave, they had a goon van.
They had a goon van, bro. They were driving around the country gooning and singing these sick fucking songs to people. No wonder society fell so far.
So you're saying that they're
From the
responsible for everything bad that's happened since then?
The downfall of society.
Basically, whenever anybody says the West has fallen, they mean the Beatles. Dude, they got this song, Anna, Go to Him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like so possessive, man.
Yeah.
It's them saying like, "Don't worry, I give you permission to leave me and go to somebody else." And it's like, I don't think that's your decision, Ringo.
It was just
Paul?
different times, okay? They're different times.
George.
Okay.
It was different times. It was different times.
Also, they had a
These
lot
guys are
of. They had so much
disgusting.
publicity. Like, didn't one of them get murdered? That's good publicity.
Yeah, but that wasn't until later. They were.
Yeah,
they
but
were
that gets them
huge.
back.
Beat
That gets them back
Millennia.
in. Gets them back into the zeitgeist.
Are you saying?
Back
Are you
in.
saying the longevity of the Beatles is directly related to the fact that John Lennon got shot?
Not directly, but it helps, right?
I would say it definitely helps. It
Yeah.
definitely.
Like, if this
honestly-
podcast stopped and then, like, 10 years later, one of you got murdered, people would you'd see an uptick in listeners. I guarantee it.
It would
yeah.
need to. It would still need to be tied to it though. Like the murder was somewhat tied to the fact that it was a Beatle.
Yeah, it's like a disgruntled
'Cause
Star
he was
Trek
a
fans.
phony.
Like, they didn't talk about it enough, or they talked
Yes,
about it too
exactly.
much. I don't know.
Oh, podcasters ended podcast 15 years ago get murdered for podcasts from 15 years
Yeah,
ago. Now
'cause-
people are downloading.
Exactly.
They're like, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's probably been touched on so many times, but the very first song in the Beatles discography
Yeah.
begins with the lines, "Well, she was just 17, if you know what I mean." And it's like, that's really how we're
It was different times,
That's how we
okay?
started.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Just-
I think that guy getting murdered was a guerrilla marketing campaign before it existed.
Yeah, honestly. yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, man.
He hired a hitman to kill him, you know,
Infinite growth.
as infinite growth of the Beatles. But yeah, I like the idea of Ben is listening to the Beatles, just sitting there, and he's like, guys, he gets an old timey phone, calls us,
People
and he's
need
like,
to know about
this is
this.
you guys needed this new sound. Here it is. And
You
he
guys
put-
need. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but just go to the record shop, ask for please. I know this is gonna sound crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You gotta go to the record and you got the record store guy. You gotta ask him, get me, please me. You're probably thinking he's gonna punch you in the face,
Yeah,
but he's gonna know.
I got you, buddy.
He's going to give you a knowing smile. He's going to
Yeah.
nod. He's going
Please,
to take you into the
please.
back of the shop where they've got the special stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Right next to you could just say, you could walk in and go, "What is that song? That one that goes, she was just 17." If you know.
Yeah, I want that one
Imagine
that
if
starts
someone had
with
just say that.
she was underage and that was all the rage.
Yeah.
Have you got that one?
You got that one?
No. How about have you got that one? Taste of Honey.
Yeah.
You got that one about Taste of Honey where it's all weird.
Yeah. Exactly.
Please
But-
me, man. This is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Is
This
that the only song
disgusting
you listen
stuff.
to, or is it like...
No, I listened to that album. That's the first album.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I've never listened through Please Me before. You know, you got the classic cover. They're standing on the stairwell looking down.
Yeah.
They're probably 5 seconds away from spitting on you. Judging
Yeah.
from like the image.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I always get. They're above you, which is not. Yeah, and let me tell you, that doesn't please me. I can tell you that much for sure.
Just dropping
Anyway.
bombs on you.
All that to say, I think if I were alive at the time, I probably would have been a Beatlemaniac.
Yeah. You
I
would
probably
faint
would
in
have
the
been-
Beatles, in the crowd.
I'd be breaking into their hotel room. I'd be licking their underwear and stuff. I'd be
Yeah.
all over them.
Doesn't it depend how alive you were at the time? I mean, like, if you were older... I phrased that badly.
I think by presenting the hypothetical in a way. I think it's interesting that your mind didn't immediately go to like me at my current age. You're like, this would be strange if he were 3 years old in this hypothetical.
No, I mean, like, if you were an old man in the period that the Beatles are getting big, you might be like, damn, these punk gooners are ruining society. They want to keep banging these underage girls, and I don't stand for it.
These damn Liverpudlian gooners.
Yeah.
They're ruining society. Well, yeah, I guess.
But like, if you're current age, you think you'd be like, I guess you would.
I'd be there. I'd be sniffing the van, bro. I'd be like, I can tell they've been doing it.
Yeah.
I'll join in.
You would walk over a crosswalk and park at the crosswalk like,
I'd be like,
just like the Beatles
I'd be like,
cover.
bro, I didn't think about like Abbey Road, bro. But no spoil. I haven't gotten to Abbey Road yet.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
I haven't gotten to Abbey Road yet. Give me a second, man.
Spoiling the album for me,
bro. I'm catching up. Okay, give me a break. It takes time. What would be my next beat?
What's the other band that people are always like talking about? Is it Pink Floyd? Something they're always like.
Yeah,
I've already listened to Pink Floyd though. Like I know.
Got that Dark Side of the Moon. My dad really liked that.
Dark Side of the Moon's a my favorite is Wish You Were Here.
Yeah, Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here is sick, and it's got the best album cover. I think. Obviously, the Dark Side of the Moon is the most influential cover. Iconic. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the guy who's on fire shaking into the guy who's not. You know, the image is like slightly singed in the corner of the guy who's on fire. It's cool. It's a sick cover, and the songs on it are great.
Yeah. Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm listening to With the Beatles next, apparently. So stay tuned.
You're stay
Is that the name of the song?
Part 2.
That's the name of the album.
Oh, okay. Their album's called
Please Me was the
With
album.
The Beatles.
This one's With the Beatles, which
It's a stupid album name. Sorry.
That should be like the first one.
Sorry, Beatles. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Of course, I would hope that the Beatles album I'm buying is With the Beatles. I can imagine buying a Beatles album and it's like the Beatles on it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, bro.
There's some random British folks on it, and that's it.
All right.
I don't know any of these guys.
This one seems a lot less, just from first glance, this one seems like it's going to be a lot less creep shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit
won't
sad.
be long. All I've got to do, all my loving. That one's a bit
A
weird.
little sass.
Have they got that classic on there? 16, she's too old?
Well, they got one called Little Child, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put that one on. Please, Mr. Postman.
Oh, that's a classic.
What's he doing to you? Huh? Please, Mr. Postman, keep going. What are we doing?
I've just got to ask here. I don't know if it's my...
Hold me tight with what?
I don't know if that's my quickly
Where?
ravished brain here, but I feel like you've kind of torn between liking the Beatles and implying that they're very paedophilic.
You know. It's... no,
Are
dude.
Are you enjoying the music?
What I'm saying is that to be completely honest, I don't think it's gonna be for me overall.
Oh, the overall picture isn't gonna come together.
I was listening to Please
Right
Me,
now?
and I'm like,
all of me. Okay.
I'm like, maybe it's not for me, but I'll give them a shot because it's the Beatles. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably earned that much at least. But I'm like, I'm looking at it through this lens, of like today. This shit does not fly, Try that in a small town.
Yeah,
see what happens. Be over real quick.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody will be pleasing you in a small town, buddy.
In a small
try
town,
this
they would
kind
be
of
burning
shit
the Beatles
nowadays.
albums. Honestly,
they would be hunting these freaks down. These four fuckers.
They'll be trying to push their van off the road.
Are you talking about
we'd
current
be
day
running
small
them.
towns or like 1960s small towns?
Current day. I'm talking current day. Keep up,
current
dude.
day.
Keep up.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Yeah.
right now.
I'm saying they're coming into my village. I'm popping their tires, and I'm getting them to run in the
Oh, you're a
woods. We're
Village
gonna hunt
People
them.
fan. I see.
We're gonna hunt them. We're gonna hunt them.
Nice.
Hey, swish. Yeah. But I recognize that if I existed in the 60s and I was listening to these fresh, I'd probably be up there I'd probably be on 1960s eBay buying Ringo Starr's hair,
He's got nice hair.
from the bottom of the barber shop. Peace and love, peace and love.
And that'd be worth a
Peace
lot
and
these
love.
days. So
It'd be worth a lot nowadays, especially seeing as I think he's like bald or something, you know?
Oh, I thought he was dead.
So it's a limited
No,
resource.
no.
No, Ringo's alive.
Yeah.
Ringo is alive and Paul McCartney is alive. It's John Lennon and George Harris who are dead.
Oh, that's the guy that does
Yeah.
the vegan sausages. Oh, I like him.
What?
I think is it Paul McCartney? He has like a range of vegan and vegetarian options.
Paul McCartney? No, wait, what?
No idea.
Doesn't he?
Paul McCartney sausages.
Saying.
Like,
No, you're thinking of fucking Linda McCartney, dude. Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages. What are you talking
I
about?
feel like I need a Pepsi.
Paul
Linda
McCartney is
McCartney- oh, bro.
infamously known for making vegan sausages.
Who is Linda McCartney?
Oh,
I thought
fuck.
she was related or something.
Linda McCartney Foods.
Aren't they like?
The company was created in 1991 by musician, photographer, and activist Linda McCartney.
That's close enough. She's a musician.
She's married to. You know what? She's married to Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Actually, I gotta hand it
Yeah.
to Stu.
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You know
it
what?
is
I
true,
gotta.
yeah.
She's dead. She's
No,
not married to him anymore. She died.
Fuck. No.
bro.
Oh, I guess you take that point back then.
Yeah,
No, you
well,
get a half point still, I think.
It's a half point. you
Does
know,
that mean that the business she created would have gone to him after she died?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't,
the.
I guess.
I don't know.
Maybe her kids.
It
Let me
depends.
see. Hold on. Let me check who's in charge right now.
Paul McCartney shoots blanks, probably.
Well, it says the
Because
McCartney family.
he's all empty now because of the goon van that they have.
he ruined it, man. He ruined the
He
seed. He
ruined
gooned
it.
too long. And his
I need to
swimmers,
get
they
rid
ain't
of all my
swimming anymore.
seeds so all these fans don't get pregnant with me.
That's but definitely an attempt at a Paul McCartney.
I don't know. I can't do accents.
Just do a British
the
guy.
key
That's all.
people are Linda McCartney, who we now know is dead, obviously, and the McCartney family.
Like
So
you
I
say,
guess
we
he's-
now know she's dead, as if like the
Well,
world
we
hasn't known.
we didn't know it. We didn't know
I
it
know.
like 5 seconds
I just
ago.
like the idea of like it just popping into reality as we find out.
Yeah.
The McCartney family remains involved in its development, but it's currently owned by the Haynes Celestial Group.
Haynes? Like.
What
like...
kind of... No. It used to be owned by Heinz,
Ah, okay.
but it got sold in 2006 to Haynes Celestial Group, who own...
Celestial.
I find it funny that they bought the company that sounds
a
very
bunch of
similar.
stuff. Oh, they own
Mhm.
Sun Pat Peanut Butter.
Oh, I like Peter. Butter.
I'm a peanut butter head, yeah. List of
I
food.
don't know if I like Sunpat though. I think I'd rather get.
Dude, they got Choppies. They own Choppies.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, they own
What's
let's see here.
Yeah.
Where's England? I'm looking at Africa. I don't know any of those.
Where's England? Did you say what?
Where's the
Where is England?
It's kind of somewhere
it's
in
a
Europe.
big-
Isn't it?
There's a big list of like locations. United Kingdom. Here we go.
Welcome to the Star. Welcome to the Star Trek and Food
Dude, they
Network
own
podcast.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Dude, they own Sainsbury's
Oh,
altogether
yeah.
as a
It's
whole.
the end of the,
They
it's
own
that-
Tesco's. Wait. No, they don't own Tesco's.
Are you
That's
saying that
Understanding.
Paul
I clicked
McCartney
on, I
technically
clicked on-
owns Tesco?
I clicked on a see also list of food companies. Not that the list of food companies is owned by.
Oh, all right.
It's just a
ra-
general
you-
list of
You're just reading a
food
list. A
I
random
was
list?
just
Nice. Okay.
reading. I was just reading a list of food companies. Correct.
This
Yeah,
is the kind of hard-hitting research we
fine.
do here.
Yeah.
It's live, you know. We can,
It's live.
it's like the magic school bus, you know. You have fun, you make mistakes, you learn.
Is that
Yeah.
another Beatles song? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Miss
they had a
Frizzle.
yellow submarine. What am I thinking of?
yeah. It was a yellow school bus.
Yeah,
Oh.
yellow school bus, yellow
we all
submarine.
live on the yellow school bus.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound
That's
right.
one of the 5 Beatles songs I know.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because that one is kind of a bop, dude.
Yeah, are you gonna watch the movie, the Yellow Submarine movie? to
Oh,
get-
fuck,
to
I
get
didn't
yourself
think about
immersed?
that.
Not really much
Yeah,
of
I guess
a,
I have
bit
to,
of a fake
don't I?
fan, Ben, if you don't watch
You're
that.
gonna see the blue meanie.
Yeah, the big blue meanie and stuff.
Mhm.
Did you ever see clips of the Beatles cartoon that they're like absolutely unintelligible?
No, I only saw the movie, but I haven't seen the
The
Beatles
clips
cartoon.
they talk in that show in this cartoon, and they're not speaking any language. You know, it's a George Paul Ringo and Linda, you know,
I love
talking,
Linda.
but the quality. Hold on, Beatles cartoon. Let me see if I can find like
Fair use that clip.
Fair use that clip. It's probably now. The Beatles
bit.
Foundation owns it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's somebody doing a reanimated version of the Beatles.
But you said you wanted to create drama. We could get into a drama with the Beatles people.
The Beatles, remaining Beatles.
We get into a drama with Linda McCartney's body.
Can get into
Jesus.
drama with the person reanimating the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna send the fucking like some weird mutants that are like
whatever.
AI generated
Oh,
creatures that after us to kill us.
You guys are talking like adrenochrome, right? We could do a link there. It could be like, are the Beatles using adrenochrome?
Like adrenochrome.
The Beatles go on.
I feel like it's probably fair to say that QAnon people think that Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr use adrenochrome. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I believe that,
Yeah,
but
There's
they're
evidence.
they're probably considered part of the celebrity cabal. You know,
All I
Yeah.
would say is follow the money.
but that's the thing. It's like
That's
we're
what it's all
also
about at the end of
because
the
we
day.
have
Quid
a
pro quo.
platform.
qui bono.
Because we have a platform, we are also part of the celebrity cabal, technically.
Well, no, not if we're explicitly against the celebrity cabal,
Oh, okay, then
Yeah,
we're not.
it-
which we are, of course.
That's how it works.
If you're a high
I didn't know
profile
that,
celebrity that
that's
makes a lot of money, but you talk about adrenochrome, it's fine.
All
Okay.
I'm saying is, let's just say, Q has already been on our podcast. And we're not going to elaborate who.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Who could
Oh, is it
Who
Gaps?
could it be?
Yeah.
Shut up, shut the fuck, shut up,
Shut up.
shut
I'm
up.
gonna have to
shut
delete that episode now.
the fuck up. Now we have to fucking...
Unlisted.
Have you got another 3 hours so we can record? Or...
What, the we'll go on to fill in?
No, you, now. We have to delete all of that because you...
Oh,
Give it away.
why don't you just cut out the last
you-
bit? What?
He doesn't understand it.
He doesn't understand.
I don't think I have another hour. I'm not feeling very well.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
It's
I forgot.
acting. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's
I
beginning.
feel like maybe looking at the time, might be happening. I think you should do the outro now, Ben.
Can you read it from
Well-
a slow teleprompter?
Yeah, sure. You've been listening to Dead Ensigns, and that's this show. And I've been Ben. I'm one of the hosts. And Max is the other host. This is Max here.
Yeah, that's me.
And if you'd like to contact us, if you wanted to contact us right now, contacting us, you could contact us with deadensigns@gmail.com. And also we're on Twitter as well, Dead Ensigns. And I'm going to stop doing this bit; it's taking too long. We've also been joined by our friend Stu today.
Hello.
That's Stu.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
This is usually the time where people talk about Twitter handles, but I don't have any social media.
That's
yeah,
fine.
well,
Nothing
Well,
to plug,
add me
dude.
on Discord.
That means you're pure
yeah.
Anyway,
Virginal.
you can go to YouTube and listen to the podcast and leave a comment if you want. You can email us. You can get us on Twitter. We're on Twitch as well. Make sure to save the podcast on whatever app you're using it on. Give it a rating if you can. You know, whatever, yada yada yada.
I should do that.
Please. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.